Hi, my name is Zephyr Carter, and I'm going to show you requirement 11B of the First Aid Merit Badge, and essentially immobilize how to immobilize and how to splint a upper leg fracture. So, what is the upper leg? It's this part right here. It's the femur bone. So, firstly, you are going to get you're going to get two things to help splint it. So I have a relatively long staff right here, and I have a shorter cane. Let me move this a little bit so it's easier to see. Great. So I'm going to be putting the shorter stick on the inside of my leg, and I'm going to be putting the longer stick on the outside of my leg. Now, it's very important. It's very important before you do this that you put padding on the inside of your leg. So I'm going to put some padding on the inside and the outside of my leg. Let me grab my padding really quick. Okay. At the moment, I'm going to be using some articles of clothing that I have as padding. So I'm going to be using this hoodie for the outside of my leg. I'm going to put that right there. Can't see it very well, but it's right. It's right here. Now I'm going to be getting this shirt. I'm going to be getting a shirt, and I'm going to be putting it on the inside of my leg. That should generally cover from about the top of your top leg, from like the top of your femur, all the way down to generally about your ankle. I can move it. Here's my ankle over here. Now, now my splint still goes up to my outer stick still goes up to about my armpit. Make sure of that, and it also goes down to my heel as well. So let me get some more padding so I can put it on the side of my body right here. Let me move this a little bit more so it's easier to see. Okay. Oh, well, look at that. I found some more padding. Now I'm going to be putting this of my on my side body right here. Now then, ideally, you probably don't want to do this to yourself. That would be hard, and as you can see, I'm getting up a lot and I'm moving a lot. The thing is with upper leg fractures is that they are should be treated as hurry cases, specifically because when if a femur gets broken or whoever's femur gets broken, um, the muscles that are attached to it are so strong that they can actually pull the broken and jagged edges of that femur bone into your blood, into your flesh, and into your blood vessels, and can cause severe internal bleeding. That is and it can be fatal to the patient or to the person who has it. So that's why it should be treated as a hurry case. So generally, you probably don't want to do this to yourself, but but as I don't really have another person to do this to, I'm doing it to myself right now. So I have my splints in place. I have my padding from the top of my body all the way down to like my ankle. I'll just go ahead and show that all the way down to my ankle on both the inside of my legs and the outside. So now I'm going to be making some I'm going to be using some bandages to basically hold these splints in place with their padding. Now, word of the wise, you probably want to have actual bandages, but I guess this would be in perfectly in line with scouting in the sense that you do the best with what you have. So I don't have bandages on me, but I do have lots and lots of sort of long cloths that can act as bandages. If this is all you have in an actual survival emergency, then this is what you use. Same thing. You can use your neckerchief. You can use. Heck, I'm even using some socks tied together. But I'm doing the best with what I got until I get something better. Or until I get what I want or what I need. So I am going to start by tying this. I'm going to start by tying generally three bandages at the at like my heel up my leg. That will keep this side of the splint, like the inside of it, in place. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm gonna just show you what knot I use. So firstly, let me actually like remove all of my bandage material here. All right, I'm going to start at the heel. You want to make sure that that the splints both go all the way down to the heel, and that the padding does as well. So I'm going to pass this under the victim, which in this hypothetical is me. I'm going to pass this under, and I'm going to tie a square knot here. Make sure not to make it too tight, because you don't want the circulation to be cut off to the toes. You can always tell if circulation is being cut off, as with really any other part of your body, by seeing if it's like cold, clammy, if it changes color, or if it's generally like being weird. That's how you can tell if it's cut off circulation, and that's how you can tell to loosen the bandage. So I made my first square knot. Great. It's not too tight. I'm going to make it a little bit tighter, actually. Great. All right. Now, I feel like it's worth pointing out that, of course, someone who has a injury like this cannot walk. Do not try and make that person walk. If you find someone who's been in an accident like this, you need to basically call 911 or like call the emergency services. You need to keep the person calm, like address for shock, but do not move their leg. And you need to treat this as a hurricane, as I've already explained. Again, it's three simple steps, and this is what you got to do. So let me get another bandage. Here is a handkerchief. I'm going to pass it under. Same thing. Square knot. Make sure the padding stays in between the legs. That's very important. You don't want someone to get injured, now do you? Make sure that's tight, but not too tight. So I'm loosen it up a little bit. Great. That's the second bandage, and now I'm going to be tying a third bandage, generally on my knee. Now, generally, I don't think you want to actually make a bandage on the actual fracture. However, this piece is sticking out a lot. So if you have to, don't put it on the actual fracture. Just do the best that you can. Now, I'm going to get, hooray, a sock tied to a washcloth. Because again, I don't necessarily have bandages, and I'm making the best with what I got. Pass that under. And I'm going to try not to put it on the injury. Generally try and put it on my knee. Make a square knot right here. Not too tight again. Just make sure, loosen that up a little bit. Square knot. Bing, bang, boom. Now, great. A large part of my leg has been immobilized. Hooray! Well, that's only half the actual battle. So now I'm going to shift the camera up here a little bit, and I'm going to be immobilizing the second part of the victim's body, which is I'm going to be putting a bandage across my chest. I'm putting two bandages across my chest. And again, your stick thing, like your thing you're splinting with, goes all the way up to your armpit. So, firstly, since this is not real, and I'm doing this on myself, I'm going to grab my two bandages. Hooray! My first bandage is probably probably going to be a little bit better than this one, but it is it's like a clothes hanger. My second bandage, three socks tied together. Hooray! So that's the best that I got. So I'm going to start doing it. Okay. Make sure that your padding is in between you, or like the victim, and the stick. You're like your outside splints. Now, what we're doing, I want to make it clear, is we are using our body. We're using our body as the right splint, and the external stick as the left splint. It's continuing all the way up. Now, going to pass this under myself. Pass this under myself. And all of the padding. Great. I'm going to tie a square knot right here. Again, not too tight. You want the victim to be able to breathe. I'm going to grab my sock bandage. And I'm going to pass this thing under myself as well. Alright. Now then, I'm going to tie another square knot. Bam. Half of it, and full square knot. Huzzah! Now my femur should hopefully be immobilized. I actually feel like I'm going to tie this this bandage a little bit higher up. That way, it's more in place. You can always readjust if you need to, but generally try and make it so that your bandage is not resting on the actual fracture. You do not want that. Okay, now, yay! My body's immobilized. Hooray! So basically, if I could show, I have the inner splints, the outer splint. Look, this guy right here. I'm padded all the way down to my leg, or to my ankle, and padded all the way up my body and like up to my armpit. Everything's padded, everything's splinted. I'm immobilized. Obviously, if someone has this, they're going to need to be carried out on probably a stretcher, if that's available. And yeah, this has been requirement 11B of the first aid merit badge. And thanks for watching. Oh, one more thing. So, something I would like to note is if you have a lower leg fracture, it can actually work if you don't have splints. Something that's quite effective is tying both of the legs together. So I have my first leg and my second leg, tying them together. That's just a little tip of first aid which I've learned. And yeah, my name is Zephyr Carter. This has been requirement 11B of the first aid merit badge, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.